Elon Musk has a private message for you. Forgot something on my mind that's directed right at you. The one reading or watching this at this very moment. It might seem odd from a stranger, but trust me, these words are crafted just for you. Drop a comment with message if you're ready for the personal insight I've been holding on to, waiting to share. A simple super thanks up to $20 is a way to say yes to what heaven is releasing through this word. You see, the media paints a picture of me based on headlines and highlights, but they miss the real story. In the quiet hours after the day's chaos fades, I find myself pondering the lives of everyday folks tuning in. I picture you there, perhaps doubting if your ambitions are out of reach, too grand or too modest. Maybe you're convinced you're past your prime to chase a fresh start, or too inexperienced for the world to notice. Or perhaps regrets weigh heavy, too many missteps, or not enough waves made yet. Let me cut through that noise. From someone who's stumbled more than most dare to attempt, here's the truth. You're precisely in the spot life intended for you at this stage. I get it if that rings hollow amid the uncertainty or hardship. But history shows every trailblazer began right where you sit. Uncertain, underprepared, answers scarce. Back in my early 20s, I was buried under $40,000 of loans, crashing in a cramped rental with roommates. My diet, endless noodles and cheap sausages, scraping by on pennies. Sleepless nights plagued me, questioning my sanity for believing I could build anything worthwhile. No corporate background, no influential network, no fallback if it all crumbled. What kept me afloat was a burning curiosity about the world's mechanics and a refusal to quit. More than that, I was fired up about tackling issues that irked me deeply. It was a wild mix of daunting and exhilarating. One low point stands out: down to 2 weeks' rent, job applications piling up rejections. A recruiter dismissed my lack of credentials. Others called my visions pie in the sky. Doubt crept in. Were they onto something? Was I deluding myself into mediocrity? Then it hit me. Those naysayers weren't my audience. They were stuck in outdated views, blind to innovation. That epiphany stuck. Never let someone else's narrow worldview cap your potential. If they can't spot the worth in your path, it doesn't mean it's absent. Launching my initial project, skeptics abounded. Pals urged a stable gig with reliable income. Relatives fretted over my reckless choices. Self-doubt gnawed daily. Our prototypes bombed time and again, draining funds we desperately needed. By the 4th flop, we had one final shot. Failure meant the end. The eve of that pivot, anxiety gripped me. Trembling hands, churning gut, visions of total collapse. What if it tanks? What if I've squandered years? But I refocused on the core issue, the game-changing fix. If we cracked it, that drive outshone the terror. Come morning, it clicked. Imperfect, sure, but enough to push onward. This hammered home a vital point I'm passing to you. What separates achievers from the rest isn't genius, fortune, or insider access. It's grit, the resolve to press on when odds scream defeat. You're likely grappling with hurdles that loom large. Money woes, health battles, rocky bonds, professional knocks. Or juggling family duties amid your own chaos, or wrestling inner demons like worry or despair that drain your days. I can't fix them. But know this, the inner fortitude that carried you through before, it's still there, ready to rally. If years have seasoned you, cherish your edge. Wisdom forged in trials. You've navigated booms and busts, shifts in society, heartaches and rebounds. That's irreplaceable insight, prime for today's whirlwind pace. Youth brings vigor and novelty, but often skimps on seasoned insight. Your blend of savvy and depth is gold. Don't buy the lie that age bars new beginnings. Consider the 55-year-old who retrained as a caregiver to aid others, or the 62-year-old entrepreneur reborn post-layoff after decades in one role. KFC's founder franchised at 62. The Little House author debuted at 65. A Pulitzer winner penned his hit at 66. Folk artist Grandma Moses picked up brushes in her 70s. They thrived on purpose and tenacity, not youth spark. Feeling like life's steers derailed you. Safe choices over bold ones. Skipped schooling, hasty commitments, wrong local. Reframe it. No missteps exist, just varied routes. Every twist, error, lesson molds your now. The past is fixed, but your toolkit grows for smarter moves ahead. Today's spot isn't forever. Capabilities expand the soul barrier. Thinking times run out. As long as curiosity stirs, opportunity knocks. For the young guns, you've got tools we elders envied. Endless knowledge at your fingertips. Global links. Bootstrapped ventures from a laptop. Yet pressure mounts must-haves by your age peers seemingly ahead. Fake news all wrestle unseen battles. Improvise plans. Mask unease. Winners launch messy. Iterate on the fly. Skip the all-knowing wait. And hey, impact needn't be global. Quiet wins in hometowns ripple deep. The mentor sparking a kid's fire. The pal aiding shoot-ins. The volunteer stocking shelves. The guardian instilling empathy. The confident offering an ear. These build a kinder world. Headline free. No clearance needed to fix what bugs you. Dive into local gripes. The isolated elder. Unsafe kid spots. Faltering shops. Eco hiccups. Chip away. Solo. Nah. Just nudge it forward. Step by step. Momentum builds real change. Folks message me eager to contribute but stalled on entry points chasing flawless setups. Spoiler idea best. Unbiased eyes spotting tweaks pros overlook boxed by norms. Your fresh lens backstory worldview assets. Ignore unqualified tags. The globe craves unconventional minds. Bold queries. Novel angles. Dismiss trivial worries too. Shift spark from deeming issues solvable against the grain. Tiny fixes snowball. Smarter gadgets from mundane gripes. Search engines from info hunts. Sparks fly from small cares to the setback crowd. Venture flopped, sunk resources, urged to pivot practical. Hear me, busts aren't successes, foe, they're its teacher. They reveal dead ends, hone tweaks, build unbreakable resolve. True flop. Quitting cold. Iterate. Adapt. Your prototyping victory. Mid-storm. It stings. Walls too tall. Paths too thorny. But every conqueror echoed that despair once. My ramen days endless. Startup craters gut-wrenching near broke brink, soul-crushing, yet transients all action, growth, allies turn tides. Yours will too. Stagnation's an illusion in the thick shift surprise, but inertia won't budge them. Demand steps amid apathy. Study despite fatigue. Seek aid past ego on aid. I resisted viewing it as frailty. Hellbent on solo proof. Balagany. Titans lean on networks, mentors, cheerleaders, gate openers, sounding boards. Loved ones itch to assist with intel, ties, tools if asked. Pride blocks bridges. Swallow it. Smart plays tap untapped wells. Success loops. Pay it forward. Lifting all. Feeling like an odd fit. Age mismatched. Quirky passions. Alien thoughts that ache fuel disruptors defy mold spotting gaps conformists ignore your outlier view power seek or people think they know who I am from the interviews the headlines and the memes but the version you see online is just a sliver. Late at night when everything goes quiet and the noise fades, I think about the individuals out there, the ones with huge dreams, secret fears, and silent doubts. I think about you, wondering if your goals are too far away, too small to matter, or maybe too risky to chase. Maybe you're convinced you've made too many mistakes. Or you're convinced it's already too late. Here's what I want you to know. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. That's not a cliché. It's the truth. Every person who ever built something meaningful began at a point of uncertainty without a clear plan, without perfect timing, without knowing all the answers. A simple super thanks up to $20 is a way to say yes to what heaven is releasing through this word. When I was in my early 20s, I wasn't a billionaire. I wasn't a CEO. I was living in a cramped apartment with bills I couldn't pay, eating the same cheap meals for weeks. I lay awake most nights wondering if I was out of my mind for thinking I could change anything. I had no special connections, no business degree, no secret safety net. What I had was curiosity and stubbornness. And I had one more thing. A genuine excitement about solving problems I couldn't stop thinking about. I remember one especially dark time when my bank account was almost empty. I had maybe 2 weeks of rent left. Every job application got rejected. One company told me my ideas were unrealistic. Others didn't even bother replying. I started to believe them. Maybe I was delusional. Maybe I should stop trying. But then I realized something powerful. The people rejecting my ideas weren't the ones who would benefit from them. They were looking at the world through the limits of how things have always been done, not how things could be better. That moment changed me. I learned never to let other people's limits become my limits. Just because someone else can't see your value doesn't mean it isn't there. When I launched my first real venture, people called it reckless. Friends urged me to take a safe job. Family members worried I was throwing my life away. We failed multiple times. Each failure drained what little money we had. We had one final chance. If that attempt didn't work, it was over. I remember lying awake the night before, my stomach in knots, my hands shaking. What if this is the end? I thought, what if everyone was right? But I also remembered why I started. I thought about the problem I wanted to solve, about how different life could be if someone cracked it. That purpose was louder than my fear. The next day, our last try worked imperfectly, but enough to keep going. That's when I learned sometimes you have to bet everything on the thing you believe in, even when you're terrified. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand a truth most people never learn. The difference between those who eventually succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's the willingness to keep moving forward when everything looks impossible. Maybe right now you're facing challenges that feel overwhelming. Money problems, health struggles, relationship pain, career setbacks. Maybe you're taking care of loved ones while your own dreams sit on a shelf. Maybe anxiety or depression makes even small steps feel heavy. I can't solve those problems for you. But I can tell you this, the strength that got you through your hardest days is still in you right now. If you're older, you have something younger people don't. Perspective. You've survived cycles of loss and renewal. You've learned lessons that no book can teach. That experience is priceless. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late to start again. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 62. Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first book at 65. Grandma Moses didn't start painting until her 70s. Their age wasn't a weakness. It was their advantage. If you're younger, you have advantages older generations never dreamed of. You can learn anything online. You can reach people across the world with a single post. You can start projects with nothing but a laptop. But with that freedom comes a trap. The illusion that everyone else has it figured out. They don't. Everyone you admire is making it up as they go. The ones who succeed start before they feel ready. They learn by doing, not by waiting. And don't think you have to change the world to matter. Some of the most important work happens quietly off camera. The teacher who sparks one student's imagination. The neighbor who checks on an elderly friend. The volunteer who shows up when no one else does. The parent raising kids to be kind. The friend who listens. These acts don't make headlines, but they shape lives. Start small. Look at what bothers you in the world around you. Maybe it's the local park falling apart. Maybe it's an underfunded shelter. Maybe it's a lonely neighbor. You don't have to fix the whole problem. Take one small step, then another. Change begins like that. Some of the greatest breakthroughs have come from outsiders. People who weren't qualified by conventional standards. They saw problems differently and asked questions insiders never thought to ask. Your unique experiences, your odd combination of interests, your way of looking at the world. These aren't weaknesses. They're your edge. Failure, setbacks. They're not the opposite of success. They're part of it. Every rejection teaches you what to adjust. Every setback builds resilience. The only true failure is quitting forever. As long as you keep experimenting, you're still moving toward success. And remember, challenges feel permanent only because you're in the middle of them. They're not. They pass. Life can pivot faster than you think. But change doesn't happen by itself. It happens when you act, even if you're scared or tired. It happens when you ask for help, even if your pride says don't. I had to learn that lesson, too. For years, I thought asking for help was weakness. It's not every person who's ever achieved something meaningful had help. Guidance, encouragement, a door opened by someone else. The people who care about you can't help if they don't know what you need. Don't let fear or embarrassment block the support waiting for you. Maybe you feel like you don't fit anywhere. Too young for some rooms, too old for others, interests nobody around you shares. That feeling can hurt, but it's also a signal. The people who transform the world rarely fit neatly into boxes. They see possibilities others can't. Your difference is your strength. Don't erase it to blend in. Find or create spaces where your perspective matters. Progress is not a straight line. Careers, health, relationships, they all rise and fall. The winners aren't those who never stumble. They're the ones who don't give up during the lows. Hold your long-term vision close even when the short term is rough. People like to say success is luck. And yes, luck matters. But luck shows up more often for people who are prepared, who keep trying, who put themselves where opportunities can find them. You can't control when the break comes, but you can control whether you're ready when it does. Don't measure your progress by other people's timelines. Don't compare your inside experience to someone else's outside performance. Focus on your own journey. Celebrate your own small wins. Your path is yours. Your definition of success is yours. And about fear, it's not a sign you're weak. It's a sign you're alive. It's a sign you're considering something important. The people who change things aren't fearless. They're scared and they act anyway. Start small. Take the next step. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward while it's still there. You're stronger than you think, more capable than you realize. You have more to offer than you give yourself credit for. Whatever you're facing, whatever you're dreaming of, whatever scares you, I believe you can handle it. And more importantly, you need to believe it, too. You matter. Your ideas matter. Your dreams matter. Your contribution matters. The world needs what only you can bring. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Share this message with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to start something meaningful. And when you're ready, tell me, what's the dream you've been holding back? Your story might be the spark that lights someone else's first step.